Here's one of mine. New Pillsbury instant mashed potatoes.
Just add to milk and beat in minutes.
Pineapple lime temptation.
You like that, Lois?
The 1950s were a decade of comfort food, creativity, and convenience, when every dinner table boasted casseroles, molded salads, and buttery bakes straight from shiny new ovens. From Jell-O marvels to mayonnaise-laden sides, these dishes reflected post-war optimism and the rise of modern home cooking. But as tastes evolved, many of these once-beloved recipes quietly disappeared. So, join us today as we explore 25 side dishes from the 1950s that faded into history. Homemade mashed potatoes were once the ultimate comfort food centerpiece on every family table, embodying warmth, care, and culinary tradition.
Today we're making the most classic side dish ever, these creamy, fluffy mashed potatoes.
Made from freshly peeled and boiled potatoes, they were mashed by hand with generous amounts of butter, milk, and a pinch of salt until creamy perfection was achieved. Each household had its own twist. Some added sour cream for richness, others a dash of garlic or onion powder for flavor. Their smooth texture and buttery aroma perfectly complemented roasts, meatloaf, and fried chicken, making them a Sunday dinner staple. Unlike today's instant mixes or pre-made versions, homemade mashed potatoes carried a sense of love and patience, representing an era when cooking from scratch was both an art and an act of family togetherness. While mashed potatoes embodied pure simplicity, another comforting favorite brought vegetables to life in creamy, crunchy form: the classic green bean casserole. The classic green bean casserole was a beloved dinner table staple that combined simplicity with hearty flavor.
This is looking so good, and it's almost time to eat. We're going to sprinkle on our crispy onions.
Built around tender green beans mixed with creamy mushroom soup, this dish was crowned with a golden layer of crispy fried onions that added crunch and aroma. It was the ultimate symbol of home-style ingenuity, turning basic pantry ingredients into a comforting, crowd-pleasing masterpiece. Served at family gatherings and festive feasts, it brought warmth and nostalgia with every spoonful. The casserole's creamy interior contrasted beautifully with its crisp topping, creating a balance that appealed to every palate. While modern menus have shifted toward fresher, lighter sides, the classic green bean casserole remains a cherished memory of communal meals, laughter, and the cozy spirit of traditional home cooking. Colorful, wholesome, and subtly sweet,
I think you guys are going to love it. See, they're beautiful.
honey ginger carrots brought a touch of glamour to the humble vegetable side dish of the 1950s. Housewives embraced this recipe as part of the growing interest in modern flavor combinations, pairing the warmth of ginger with the natural sweetness of carrots and honey. The dish was often served at Sunday dinners or holiday tables, adding bright color and glossy appeal alongside roasts or casseroles. Many mid-century cookbooks praised it as both nutritious and stylish, reflecting the decade's focus on balanced, attractive meals. A quick glaze in butter and honey gave the carrots a candied finish, while a dash of ground ginger added exotic flair. Though it has faded from today's menus, its golden simplicity remains timeless. Pineapple casserole was a quirky yet irresistible dish that showcased the daring creativity of mid-century home cooks.
All of that pineapple out before I put it in here.
It combined sweet, crushed pineapple with sharp cheddar cheese, sugar, and a buttery cracker crumb topping, resulting in a flavor blend that was both savory and dessert-like. The casserole's golden crust concealed a warm, gooey interior that delighted guests with its unexpected contrast of tastes and textures. Often served alongside baked ham or roast meats, it added a bright, tropical twist to otherwise heavy meals. Its unusual pairing of fruit and cheese was a hallmark of the era's experimental approach to cooking, where bold combinations defined family dinners. Though it has largely disappeared from modern tables, pineapple casserole remains a nostalgic reminder of the bold culinary imagination of the past. Before avocado toast ruled breakfast tables, the 1950s had its own trendy starter.
This
is a very beautiful way to start a breakfast.
Broiled grapefruit. This elegant yet easy dish combined tangy citrus with caramelized sweetness, capturing the era's fascination with health and presentation. Halved grapefruits were sprinkled with brown sugar, sometimes dotted with a cherry, and broiled until golden and bubbling. The result was a balance of tart and sweet, served warm and glistening in glass bowls. Nutrition-conscious homemakers loved its modern appeal, often serving it before brunch or dinner. Cookbooks of the decade hailed it as both slimming and sophisticated, a far cry from today's indulgent morning fare. Though few kitchens make it now, broiled grapefruit stands as a shining example of how even simple fruit once symbolized luxury and grace. Sweet potato casserole was a heartwarming dish that perfectly captured the spirit of home-cooked comfort.
Give it a scoop, and just like that, it's ready to enjoy.
Made with mashed sweet potatoes blended with butter, brown sugar, and vanilla, it was topped either with a crunchy pecan streusel or a layer of toasted marshmallows that melted into a caramelized glaze. The combination of creamy sweetness and nutty crunch made it both a side and a dessert in disguise. Its rich aroma filled kitchens during family gatherings, where it stood as a symbol of warmth and generosity. Each bite balanced earthy sweetness with indulgent texture, creating a sense of nostalgia that lingered long after the meal. Though modern tastes favor simpler vegetable sides, sweet potato casserole remains a cherished memory of communal feasts and homemade hospitality. But creativity didn't stop at baked sides. Even salads took surprising forms, such as the wobbly and colorful carrot gelatin salad. Among the many creative salads of the 1950s,
My God, guys, we did it! Oh, I'm so excited.
none captured the era's experimental spirit quite like carrot gelatin salad. Combining grated carrots, crushed pineapple, and lemon or orange jello, this wobbly side dish blurred the line between salad and dessert. Housewives loved its bright color, cheerful presentation, and sweet-sour taste that paired well with savory meats at church potlucks or family dinners. Sometimes it included celery, mayonnaise, or even cottage cheese for a textural twist. Promoted heavily in Jell-O brand cookbooks, it symbolized convenience, creativity, and the mid-century obsession with molded foods. Though modern palates might find it peculiar, carrot gelatin salad remains a perfect example of how the 1950s turned even humble ingredients into culinary curiosities. Home-style butter beans were a humble yet deeply satisfying side dish that reflected the heart of traditional Southern-inspired cooking.
Make my delicious creamy harissa butter beans.
Slow simmered until tender, these creamy beans were often cooked with butter, onions, and a hint of salt pork or ham for richness. The result was a velvety texture and a savory depth of flavor that paired beautifully with fried chicken, cornbread, or pot roast. Their mellow taste and smooth consistency made them a comforting presence on family dinner tables, especially when served warm from a cast-iron pot. Home-style butter beans embodied the charm of simple, wholesome cooking. No frills, just pure flavor born from patience and care. Though they've faded from modern menus, their legacy endures as a nostalgic reminder of hearty, slow-cooked meals shared with loved ones. Creamed onions and peas was one of those quintessential 1950s side dishes that managed to turn basic vegetables into something comfortingly elegant.
Elegant, throwback, retro side, peas and pearl onions.
Served at holiday tables and family dinners alike, this dish featured tender pearl onions and sweet green peas folded into a velvety cream sauce made from butter, milk, and flour. Often finished with a hint of nutmeg or parsley, it brought color and warmth to roast beef or turkey platters. Frozen vegetables, an innovation of the decade, made preparation quick, while the creamy texture reflected the post-war fascination with rich home-style flavors. Though it has nearly vanished from modern menus, creamed onions and peas recalls an era when even simple sides were crafted with care and served with pride. Few dishes defined 1950s home cooking convenience quite like cream of celery soup.
Here's that thick and luscious-looking soup.
Though it could be made from scratch with butter, onions, celery, and milk, most households relied on the canned version from Campbell's, an all-purpose ingredient that doubled as both soup and sauce. It was poured over casseroles, blended into chicken dishes, or served simply with crackers for lunch. Its smooth texture and mild, herby flavor fit the comforting, no-fuss aesthetic of the time. Advertisements promised elegance from a can, and for busy homemakers juggling new appliances and growing families, that promise mattered. While modern cooks often overlook it, cream of celery soup was once a quiet hero of the American kitchen, versatile, affordable, and unmistakably mid-century. Of course, not every experiment stood the test of time. Few illustrate that better than the daring and peculiar Kelly's ham jello salad. In the experimental culinary era of the 1950s,
it's quirky, it's iconic, and it's about to take center stage on our journey through the decades.
Kelly's ham jello salad perfectly illustrated America's fascination with molded meals. Combining diced ham, chopped celery, green peppers, and pimentos suspended in lemon or lime gelatin, it was both savory and strangely sweet, a daring centerpiece for luncheons and potlucks. Recipes like this reflected the decade's faith in convenience foods and the novelty of gelatin molds, which could turn leftovers into something visually striking. Named for the brand that popularized it in community cookbooks, Kelly's ham jello salad was served on lettuce leaves, often garnished with mayonnaise or cottage cheese. Though modern diners may raise an eyebrow, in its day it symbolized the height of creativity, thrift, and post-war modernity in American cooking. Hash brown casserole was the ultimate crowd-pleasing comfort dish that turned simple ingredients into a golden, bubbling delight.
We're making an easy comfort classic, hash brown casserole.
Built from shredded or diced potatoes mixed with sour cream, melted cheese, and cream of chicken soup. It was topped with buttery cornflake crumbs or extra cheese for a crisp finish. The result was a creamy, rich interior that contrasted beautifully with its crunchy topping. Served at potlucks, church suppers, and family brunches, it symbolized the joy of communal dining and homemade indulgence. Easy to assemble yet deeply satisfying, hash brown casserole brought warmth and familiarity to every table it graced. Though contemporary cooks often opt for lighter alternatives, this classic remains a beloved memory of hearty gatherings and the unpretentious charm of down-home cooking. Twice-baked potatoes were the epitome of comfort and creativity.
Twice-baked potatoes! That's right, we've taken something that was delicious, cooked just once, and cooked it a second time anyway.
Transforming a humble spud into a rich, indulgent side dish. Each potato was baked until tender, then carefully scooped out, mashed with butter, sour cream, cheese, and chives, and stuffed back into its crisp skin before being baked again to perfection. The result was a creamy, flavorful filling encased in a golden shell, soft inside, slightly crunchy outside. Often topped with melted cheddar or a sprinkle of bacon bits, twice-baked potatoes were both rustic and elegant, fit for family dinners or special occasions alike. Their hearty flavor and versatility made them a staple of home kitchens, embodying an era when every dish was crafted with patience, pride, and a touch of homemade charm. Broccoli cheese casserole was a beloved comfort dish that brought together tender broccoli florets,
awesome broccoli cheese casserole, from a supporting role at dinner to the star of the show,
creamy cheese sauce, and a crunchy breadcrumb or cracker topping. Its appeal lay in the perfect harmony of textures, the velvety richness of melted cheddar enveloping the soft vegetables, all capped with a golden, crispy crust. Often prepared for family dinners, potlucks, or festive gatherings, it offered a tasty way to make greens irresistible even to picky eaters. Some home cooks enhanced it with rice or mushroom soup for extra body, while others relied purely on the cheese to work its magic. Warm, bubbling, and fragrant from the oven, broccoli cheese casserole symbolized the home-style balance between nourishment and indulgence, a comforting reminder of wholesome cooking shared around the family table. A comforting yet sophisticated dish,
That is awesome. Now that is real Welsh rarebit made.
real Welsh rarebit was a 1950s favorite that turned something as simple as toast into a pub-style indulgence. Originating from Wales, this recipe featured a rich melted cheese sauce made from sharp cheddar, butter, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and ale, all poured generously over crisp slices of toasted bread. American homemakers of the 1950s embraced it as an elegant supper or cocktail hour snack, often served with tomato slices or pickles for contrast. It reflected the post-war curiosity for European-inspired cooking, made easy with domestic ingredients. Though it vanished from modern menus, real Welsh rarebit remains a testament to a time when cheese and toast were elevated into a cozy, flavorful expression of mid-century culinary creativity. Yet nothing captured home-style satisfaction quite like the gooey perfection of Best Ever macaroni and cheese. Best Ever macaroni and cheese was the ultimate expression of creamy comfort and nostalgic satisfaction.
I tried Chef Tini's viral mac and cheese and I got hooked. It's now one of my favorites.
Made with tender elbow macaroni coated in a luscious sauce of butter, milk, and melted cheddar, it was often baked until the top formed a golden, bubbly crust. Some home cooks added breadcrumbs for a crisp finish, while others mixed in a hint of mustard or paprika for depth of flavor. Its irresistible combination of gooey cheese and soft pasta made it a favorite at both family dinners and community gatherings. Served hot from the oven, it delivered warmth, richness, and a sense of home in every bite. Though today's versions range from gourmet to instant, the Best Ever macaroni and cheese remains a timeless symbol of love served in a casserole dish. When it came to reliable family meals in the 1950s, nothing beat the best tuna casserole.
Tuna noodle casserole. That's right, I'm going to show you how to make what I consider the king of the comfort food casserole.
A creamy, crunchy classic born from pantry staples. Typically made with canned tuna, egg noodles, cream of mushroom soup, and a topping of crushed potato chips or breadcrumbs, it was both economical and comforting. Home cooks prized it for feeding large families on modest budgets while still delivering rich flavor. Advertisements from Campbell's and Starkist made it a national favorite, showcasing how quick meals could still feel homemade. The casserole's appeal lay in its balance of simplicity and substance. It could be served for dinner, potlucks, or even church gatherings. Though today it's viewed as vintage comfort food, in the 1950s it represented domestic ingenuity at its finest. Creamed spinach was a rich and velvety side dish that brought elegance to even the simplest of meals.
I'm showing you how to make classic creamed spinach.
Made by simmering tender spinach leaves in a luscious mixture of butter, cream, and seasonings, it offered a luxurious texture that complemented hearty mains like steak or roast chicken. Some versions included a touch of nutmeg, garlic, or grated Parmesan for added depth, creating a delicate balance between savory and creamy. Its smooth consistency and vibrant green color made it both visually appealing and deeply comforting. Served piping hot, creamed spinach transformed a simple vegetable into a restaurant-worthy favorite that once graced countless family tables. Though it has largely faded from modern home cooking, it remains a nostalgic reminder of classic, comforting, and perfectly indulgent sides. Classic macaroni salad with ham was a cheerful and hearty dish that brought color and flavor to any gathering.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and plate this up in a nice bowl. Again, you wanna serve this cold, a little Old Bay or smoked paprika right on top.
Made with tender elbow macaroni, diced ham, hard-boiled eggs, and crisp vegetables like celery, onions, and bell peppers, it was all bound together by a creamy mayonnaise dressing with a hint of tang from mustard or pickle relish. The mix of soft pasta, savory meat, and crunchy veggies created a satisfying contrast in every bite. Served chilled, it was a popular choice for picnics, potlucks, and backyard barbecues, offering a refreshing break from heavier fare. Its simplicity and versatility made it a household favorite, embodying the era's love for wholesome, make-ahead dishes that celebrated both convenience and the warmth of shared meals. While some dishes celebrated innovation, others, like Sarah's knish, preserved cherished cultural traditions. Sarah's knish represented a comforting link between old-world traditions and mid-century American kitchens.
Knishes, you want to serve them with sour cream or some spicy mustard.
Rooted in Eastern European Jewish cuisine, a knish was a hand-sized pastry filled with mashed potatoes, onions, meat, or cheese, then baked or fried until golden. In the 1950s, recipes like Sarah's knish appeared in community cookbooks, blending family heritage with the era's newfound love for hearty, homemade snacks. These savory parcels became popular at delis, potlucks, and suburban gatherings alike. They captured the immigrant influence on American food culture, offering warmth and flavor in every bite. While convenience foods would later eclipse handmade pastries, Sarah's knish remains a delicious reminder of how cultural traditions enriched the comfort food landscape of the 1950s. Pear salad was a charming blend of sweetness and simplicity that brightened up family dinners and luncheon tables alike.
Delicious pear salad, just like that.
Built around canned pear halves arranged neatly on crisp lettuce leaves, it was topped with a dollop of mayonnaise, a sprinkling of shredded cheddar cheese, and sometimes a cherry or nut for garnish. The contrast between the cool, juicy fruit and the creamy, tangy dressing made it surprisingly refreshing and satisfying. Its balance of sweet and savory reflected the inventive spirit of home cooks who loved experimenting with textures and flavors. Often served as a light side or appetizer, pear salad added a touch of elegance and whimsy to everyday meals, a reminder of when presentation and creativity turned even the simplest ingredients into something special. Classic okra and tomatoes were a down-home favorite that celebrated the rich flavors of Southern-style comfort cooking.
Okra and tomatoes. These are actually incredibly easy to make.
This hearty side combined tender okra pods with stewed tomatoes, onions, and a touch of garlic, all simmered together until the ingredients melded into a savory, slightly tangy blend. The okra's natural silkiness thickened the dish, creating a texture that was both rustic and satisfying. Some cooks added a pinch of cayenne or bacon drippings for extra depth, transforming simple vegetables into a flavorful, soul-warming treat. Served alongside cornbread, fried chicken, or rice, it brought color and balance to the dinner plate. Though it's less common today, classic okra and tomatoes remain a nostalgic reminder of slow-cooked meals made with love and garden-fresh ingredients. The 7-layer gelatin salad was a showstopper of the 1950s, a dazzling centerpiece that turned a simple dessert into edible art.
We've got all the layers, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple.
This colorful creation featured alternating layers of fruit-flavored gelatin, creamy fillings, and sometimes whipped topping or cream cheese mixtures. Each layer had to set before the next was poured, making it a true labor of love for the patient homemaker. The result was a shimmering rainbow of sweetness served in clear glass dishes to display its jewel-toned beauty. Often studded with fruit cocktail or marshmallows, it graced holiday tables and potlucks as a symbol of pride and creativity. While today's desserts favor simplicity, the 7-layer gelatin salad remains a nostalgic reminder of an era when presentation mattered as much as taste. For those who preferred something warm and custardy, T's corn pudding brought a spoonful of sunshine to every meal. T's corn pudding was a beloved, family-style dish that captured the comforting essence of home cooking.
Now you've got an incredible corn pudding to serve all year long.
Made with a blend of sweet corn kernels, eggs, milk, butter, and a touch of sugar, it was baked into a soft, custard-like casserole with a golden, slightly crisp top. Each spoonful offered a creamy, melt-in-the-mouth texture balanced by the natural sweetness of corn. Often served at Sunday dinners or festive gatherings, it paired beautifully with roasted meats, fried chicken, or holiday hams. Some cooks added nutmeg or cornmeal for extra richness, giving it a personalized twist. T's corn pudding stood as a symbol of generosity and warmth, Simple ingredients transformed through care and tradition into a dish that comforted hearts as much as it filled plates. Old school squash casserole was a golden, comforting classic that turned simple yellow squash into a creamy, crowd-pleasing delight.
It's fresh out of the oven. You can hear it sizzling. Cannot wait.
The dish began with tender, sautéed squash and onions folded into a rich mixture of eggs, cheese, and cream soup, then topped with buttery cracker crumbs for a crisp, flavorful crust. Baked until bubbling and fragrant, it offered a perfect blend of soft and crunchy textures that made it irresistible. Served at church suppers, family reunions, and Sunday lunches, it embodied the warmth of home-cooked tradition. Every bite carried the mild sweetness of squash balanced by savory richness, making it a nostalgic reminder of an era when garden-fresh vegetables and patience in the kitchen created the heartiest, most memorable dishes.